From books being banned to reporters being banned, we have it all here for you right now at Bear News. Hello everyone, my name is Jalen Lee.
And I'm Sophia Tavanello. This past week was a big one, so let's dive right in with our top story. Last Monday, we took a look at the Midnight Oil's banned book collection and why they are selling more banned books than ever. Sophia Pacheco, a fourth-year studying Spanish K-12 education, lets us in on how the recent rise in banned books is affecting the people around her.
I think it's absolutely horrible, and it's absolutely terrifying that books that we grew up reading are getting banned. You know, growing up, we read important stories like Anne Frank and her struggles with Nazi Germany, and so many stories like hers that are getting banned, and it's hindering history. You know, these children are growing up with history that we learned, and it's scary because then they come to college and they don't know these basic historical facts.
To Pacheco, it goes beyond just new students missing out on bits of their education.
It's quite scary, especially because we're seeing it happen with like the freshmen, you know, the 18-year-olds that are coming into college. And you have to teach them as students what we learned because they didn't. They were, in 8th grade when COVID happened? And when books started becoming banned, they were in high school. So it's pretty scary.
Some notable books that have seen increased bans in the school year are Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood with 67 bans, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stefan Chbosky with 85 bans, and 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher with 76 bans.
Last Tuesday, 2 Associated Press reporters were blocked from the White House business. A reporter whom the AP won't identify tried to enter the White House but was turned away. Later that night, a second reporter was not allowed to attend an event in the diplomatic reception room. The controversial ban comes directly from the Trump administration and has many implications for free speech going forward. 3 days after President Trump's inauguration, the AP released a statement that under AP style, the Gulf of Mexico is to remain unchanged, ignoring the president's decision to change the landmark names outside of the U.S. The Associated Press did change the name of the Mountain Denali back to Mountain McKinley in reference to President William McKinley. As of this weekend, all of AP reporters and photographers have been banned from the Oval Office and Air Force One coverage indefinitely. The AP Style book is the foundation for thousands of journalists across the country and a valuable resource to all of us here at Bear News.
Attendance policies at UNC's College of Performing and Visual Arts has sparked debate among the students. The college houses 3 schools: art and design, music, and theater and dance. If you take any class within these schools, you may be subject to strict attendance requirements. The School of Art and Design's policy states that students can only miss up to 3 classes per semester, 1 if it's a hybrid class, and if they miss more than 3, they risk failing the course. In the School of Music, if you miss 8 classes, you risk getting kicked out of the program altogether, as it's an audition-based program. Finally, in the School of Theater and Dance, depending on the course, if you miss more than 2 classes, your grade will be affected, dropping by a whole letter. Students are split on the policies, with some being completely for the restrictions.
So me personally, I think that it's a fair policy. I think it's like kind of tough, but we have 2.5-hour classes. So our studio hour time is like really important. We only meet twice a week. So being there in person is important for the days that like our teacher is there. That way we have someone to like talk to.
Other students like Belle Shand are not so keen on the policies.
Some attendance policies are a little too much. Like, I think one of my classes is if like you have 2 unexcused absences, you drop a letter grade. So like if you have a B, you could go down to a C.
While the college stresses the importance of attending classes, students are still trying to find the balance between flexibility in their course schedules and personal and social growth.
Well, I heard that you had a little Galentine's last week, so how'd that go?
It went really good. We made some dinner, some stuffed peppers, and some steak and Caesar salad, of course.
Okay.
How was your Valentine's?
I'm gonna be honest, my Valentine's was not that well. I had the chance to go out and debate some fellow Bears on whether or not Valentine's is dead. It didn't go so well. So let's go to the person that I love most out in the field. What's up, Bear News? It's reporter Jalen Lee, and today we're going to be interviewing your fellow Bears to see whether or not Valentine's is dead.
I know that Valentine's is alive because I was walking across the UC and I saw those shoes. Fell in love.
Because my dad knows what my mom wants from any place they go.
After those few students, nobody wanted to be interviewed. And trust me, I was trying. And let's just say, I was getting a little sad and blue. So instead of sitting in my anger, I had a better idea. Well, we didn't really get much of a turnout at the desk, so we decided to go a little mobile. And now we're just going to go around and see what people think about Valentine's. So, I'm here with
Nick.
and now, what is your opinions on Valentine's?
I think Valentine's Day is good, you know. Spread the love. Doesn't always have to be, you know, all relationshipy, but it can be family, friends, etc. You know, that's how I feel about Valentine's Day. It's a day of love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stay in love.
Right,
Yeah.
I agree.
Word. Well, hey, here's a rose, guys. Share it. Yeah, have a good one.
As a single lady, I don't like it. But I like the chocolate discounts.
That's a very, the after Valentine's sales, they be hitting.
I would agree with her, and I find it very just sweet and romantic and bonding time.
So as you can see, Bears, Valentine's Day is just a season of love. Valentine's is not dead, and I hope to see all you guys in love and just spreading as much love as you can. This is Jalen Lee signing off.
It really looks like you didn't get the love out there from the Bears, huh?
Yeah, no, it really wasn't. But at the same time, it was nice to go out and just see how UNC students feel about this holiday.
Today is President's Day, and our newly inaugurated president recently signed an executive order that has become quite controversial. The executive order was signed February 5th, and it declares that transgender females cannot participate in women's sports. The NCAA affirmed the ruling, creating their own rule banning transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. In the coming weeks, we will be bringing you more information regarding the topic, as well as the thoughts of UNC female athletes.
Coming up after the break, our sports reporter Colin Moe will take us through the last week in sports. We'll be right back.
Being a cowboy, I don't know anything different from when I was 3 or 4 years old. I did tough things. I thought everybody needed to do tough things, and if you didn't, I didn't have time for it. I had a very successful career at a very young age, and life was fast. I was preparing physically. I wasn't doing anything mentally on the inside, and then I got hurt. I wanted to be better as a person, and I really dug into mental health. I start my day with 20-minute workouts. I live life 8 seconds at a time. Horses are so therapeutic. They know what you're feeling. When you're nervous, they're nervous. He won't say it back, but we're pals. I take a lot of responsibility in taking care of my kids, my family, and being there for them. You're gonna have tough days. Everybody does. Find a place to stop and just breathe. Love your mind.
Hello everyone, I'm Colin Moe, your sports reporter, and here's what we have for sports last week. Once again, the Bears were extremely active over the weekend, and at this point of the year with spring sports starting and our winter sports surging towards the postseason, there is a lot to be excited about. Track and field, they were active Friday and Saturday, and Regina and Pagacci broke her own records in both the 800 meters and 3,000 meters. Xander Cruzan, he broke his own records in the 400 meters, recording a 46:27. And we will have some more exciting coverage as the track team prepares for the Big Sky Conference meet next week. UNC softball had a few games this weekend. They lost to Nebraska Saturday before returning to action for a doubleheader on Sunday. They won one game this weekend with Jazzy Longo homering. Baseball began their season this weekend against Utah Tech, and a big ninth inning in the series finale helped guide the Bears to victory. They split the series 2-2. Vinny Zerbin, Andrew Ramirez, and Dom Serrano all wrestled their ways to victory in what was a team loss to Wyoming. Finally, both men's and women's basketball squared off with Portland State on Saturday. The men were on the road, but suffered an upset. The Vikings won 82-71. But the women were at home and they played well. They actually defeated the Vikings easily, winning 68-50. Go ahead and stay tuned for what's to come for the Bears this week. Now, the MVP debate in any league, it can be a hot button topic, and we here at Bear News had our own debate about the NFL's 2025 winner at our roundtable that actually premiered Friday. Hopefully you caught that. But one that is always a big conversation piece around the sports world is the NBA's potential MVP. This year, the debate centers around Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the Oklahoma City Thunder and our favorite Serbian in Denver, Nikola Jokic. Now, despite the fact Jokic is averaging a triple-double at the halfway point of the season, He's currently second in the MVP ladder. Shai is having a phenomenal year, and you can't take that away from him, as he is the number one reason that the Thunder are number one in the West. If you look at Joker, he's averaging numbers better than what he had in his last 3 MVP seasons. I mean, the big man himself even came out to say he's playing his best basketball of his career. And it shows. The last time an MVP winner averaged a triple-double, it was Jokic's teammate Russell Westbrook in 2017. Now, while I personally would love to see Joker become a 4-time league MVP and be solidified as a top 10 player of all time, something in me doesn't want to see him win his 4th. Now, Jokic is more than deserving to win it, and he should have won it back in 2023, but they gave it to Joel Embiid. Like always for MVP winners, there was debate on if Embiid deserved it or not. It benefited the Nuggets as Jokic was holding up 2 trophies at the end of the season. Now, you can call me superstitious, but it could be a good thing if Shai wins and Jokic doesn't. While the big man never says it or shows his care for the individual award, it could be that driving factor to get their Nuggets their 2nd title in 3 seasons. Now, there are probably a lot of you out there that will disagree with my thoughts, but I think we all can agree that seeing another parade in June in Denver, that would be much sweeter to me. So get ready, baseball fans. The 2025 MLB season is approaching soon, and spring training is right around the corner. And the Colorado Rockies are gearing up with a young and hungry team. Starting Friday, the Rockies will kick off spring games in Arizona against the Diamondbacks, and spring training will last all the way until March 25th. Now, the hype for the Rockies has never been the same since the team traded away Nolan Arenado to the St. Louis Cardinals in 2021. And since the trade, the team has not seen much success, as they have constantly finished almost dead last in the National League West standings. But despite all that, co-owner Dick Monfort has optimism as he sees the team possibly having one of the best defenses ever that includes 2 Golden Glove winners last season in outfielder Brenton Doyle and shortstop Ezequiel Tovar. Spring training will have to test that statement for now and hold fans over until March 28th when the 2025 season kicks off in Tampa Bay. Finally, how about we take a look at the games this week and give you a couple ideas on how you can get out of the house. So baseball will be heading to Albuquerque to face New Mexico in a 4-game series from the 21st to the 23rd. Men's golf started their matchup against Loyola yesterday, and they will be heading there and staying until tomorrow. Wrestling will host in-state rival Air Force on Sunday, and softball will be heading to Raleigh, North Carolina to play in the Marucci Classic starting on Friday and will end Sunday. Finally, both basketball teams will play against Eastern Washington and Idaho. The men will be home while the women will be heading out of state. You can keep tabs of all the game scores on the team's socials, or you could go see them in person. But now, if you can't do that, then you can watch the streams on ESPN+. That's it for me today, everyone. I'm Colin Moe, your sports reporter. Let's go to you guys back at the desk.
Thank you, Conlon. It's great to see our teams doing so well. And thank you so much for tuning into the show this week. We have a lot more stories for our Wednesday show, so don't miss it. I'm Sophia Tavanello.
And I'm Jalen Lee, and we'll see you next time.